Unlimited. Welcome to Week 14 NFL Power Rankings. The Broncos like the Chiefs. Aw, shit. Oh, God. I didn't forget about you, Wheel. I didn't forget about you. I still love you. I didn't forget. What was I saying? The Broncos like the Chiefs are 500 against the curse wheel. If Denver can win, while also giving up roughly 500 passing yards, maybe multiple playoff wins are actually possible for the Broncos. Today, I, Brandon Perna, knower of football things, will rank the top NFL teams. We'll spin this bad boy at the end of the show to see if it has any cursing power left. As we do every week, let's travel to the afterlife. Elevator going down to hell. In hell, any defense that will play Joe Burrow after he finally gets his Batmobile.
I told you I bought it.
Did you get it yet, though?
I don't get it for like a year, but I bought it.
A desperate but necessary move for Joe Burrow, as it's time to take dispensing justice into his own hands. Joe Burrow on offense and Batman on defense. Purgatory? Tommy DeVito's agent, Sean Stellato, selling fedoras.
This is Sean Stellato, and I'm super excited to announce the release of my signature fedora. Now, this isn't just any hat. This is a symbol of style, confidence, and my Italian-American roots.
What's next, Sean? You gonna start selling coffee like a real desperate bastard? Sell out, sell out. In heaven, the Lions defense, which needs the healing light to heaven more than anything right now. It would be incredibly cruel for the football gods to end the Lions' Super Bowl aspirations because of disproportionate injuries to their team. Detroit has 18 players on IR, most in the league, 13 defensive players. 4 of those defensive players are linebackers. Detroit did add Quan Alexander off the Broncos practice squad. He played in 3 games this season and was very solid. It won't be perfect, but he can help Detroit. Now, in a show of solidarity with the league, I am suspending the Texans from power rankings, which is unfortunate because Derek Stingley has been playing out of his goddamn mind. No team was on the bye for week 13, so all will be considered this week. Starting at 12, the Buccaneers. Bucky, oh my God, Bucky is a buck. Bucky is a buck. Bucky Irving was the NFC Offensive Player of the Week after he went for a Bucky 52 and 1 touchdown against the Panthers. Bucky has had 13.5% of his rushes go for 10 or more yards this season, which is even more than big names like Saquon Barkley. He's on pace to become the Bucs' first 1,000-yard rusher since 2015 when the muscle hamster Doug Martin did it. Meanwhile, Mike Evans is only at 521 receiving yards this year, and if he doesn't hit 1,000 for the first time in his career, he can basically send that gold jacket back to the tailor. But he was hurt. Do you think tailors care about injuries? No, they don't. Tailors are part of the most savage profession out there. Now, Evans needs 104.3 yards per game to hit 1,000 and not break his streak.
Now, this isn't just any hat.
11, Seahawks. This is a rather important game coming up for the Seahawks. A win gives them a 62% chance to go to the playoffs. A loss to Arizona puts them at just 11%. So don't say there weren't any interesting games this weekend. DK Metcalf has had a down year, as has Tyler Lockett, but Jackson Smith in Jigba has picked up the slack with 829 yards through the first 12 games. I'll be rooting for Leonard Williams to get another pick 6 too, because for all of us, the funniest thing that could happen would be Saquon Barkley winning MVP and Leonard Williams winning Defensive Player of the Year. It's a long shot, but Williams has 40 pressures, 7 sacks, 10 QB hits, and that pick 6. The Giants could become the first team to let 2 players go who won those prestigious awards in the same year. Please, football gods, let us torment the Giants just a little more. Today's episode is sponsored by Underdog. These are my picks for Thursday night. I've got Amon-Ra getting a receiving TD. He hasn't had one for 2 weeks. I'll take Josh Jacobs getting a touchdown and Jayden Reed, the Packers' leading receiver, to get 50 yards. You know what to do. Use my code THATSGOOD when you sign up at Underdog or the link in the description. We're 167 signups away from hitting 4,000 signups. I get a bonus when we hit 4,000 signups, and of course, if we get to 10,000, I get $1 million. And what am I gonna do with that million? I'm gonna buy half of a Batmobile and race Joe Burrow.
Now, this isn't just any hat.
All right, the Commanders at 10. The Commanders are basically the Broncos of the NFC. They have a stud rookie quarterback paired with a veteran wide receiver, and they're seriously overperforming their win projection from before the season. The Commies were at 6.5 wins this year, and now, like the Broncos, sitting at 8-5 with the Saints, Eagles, and Falcons and Cowboys left on the schedule. They have an average defense right now, but they've scored the 4th most points in the NFL, which is a huge upgrade from where they were last season, sitting at 25. And one of their best additions has been linebacker Frankie Louvu, who has generated 4 sacks and 13 pressures off of blitzes. Oh, and Zach Ertz as well, who now has 4 touchdowns and the 8th most receiving yards for a tight end at 506. Number 9, the Broncos. Zach Allen leads all defensive tackles in pass rush win rate this season. He also has the 2nd most sacks when double teamed. Most sacks when double teamed is the dirtiest sounding stat ever. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think 6 is the most sacks you can have while getting double teamed. Yeah, it's 6. Now, I dropped the Broncos down to 9 because I think we all saw how fragile and delicate the balance of their roster is. Riley Moss did not play on Monday night due to his knee injury, and Jameis Winston threw for 457 yards on our defense that was allowing just 199 passing yards per game before that. In games that Riley Moss has started and finished, the defense was only allowing 190 passing yards per game. May this be the most healing bye week ever for any player in human history. More importantly, Denver escaped the curse wheel, which 100% rained hellfire down upon poor Levi Wallace.
Now, this isn't just any hat.
8, the Harbaugh coach teams. The Ravens and the Chargers. Brother, sweet brother. The Chargers are probably overperforming a bit in terms of their record, and the Ravens are underperforming a bit in terms of their record. I am concerned, though, that in a game where Kirk Cousins threw 4 interceptions, the Chargers managed just 17 points. Without J.K. Dobbins, LA rushed for just 56 yards total in that game. Bo Nic picked that defense apart, and I really think we should have seen more from LA in that game. Luckily, the Bolts defense is still the best scoring D in the league, allowing just 15.7 points per game. And a big reason for their win last week was AFC Defensive Rookie of the Week,
Tarheeb Still. I definitely say Still and not Hill.
2 of the 4 picks were because of Hill and his palms. Hill was a 5th round pick, and he's having a very good season. And I say that as someone who just learned who he was 5 minutes ago. As for the other Harbaugh, they better overthrow the government and reinstate a monarchy, okay? Saquon has surpassed King Henry as the most important running back in the league. 19 carries for the King, 1 shy of the minimum threshold for the Ravens to win. When will you fucking listen to me? He's got to get at least 20 fucking carries. Fuck. It's simple, Harbaugh. It's that simple. If you can lose to the Eagles while Jalen Hurts completes 11 passes, I fear for whatever will happen to you in the playoffs. Probably a drop pass by Deontay Johnson the one time he's targeted you, dumb fox.
Now, this isn't just any hat.
Number 7, the Vikings. The Vikings just keep chugging along no matter what, right? Their last 2 victories have only come via a combined 4 points, but at a certain point, you have to accept that this team is just really good in close games. Kevin O'Connell is an outstanding 24-10 in one-score games, and the Vikings have the most of those since the beginning of the 2022 season. They've got 2 very winnable games coming up at home against the Falcons and the Bears, and they've got a chance to tee off on their former quarterback Kirk Cousins, who's done nothing but throw the ball to the wrong team in his last 3 games. Also, this graphic with Van Gink and Jonathan's green nards is simply beautiful. Number 6, the Chiefs. The Chiefs signed tackle DJ Humphries last week to help get him over the hump. Now, you don't just find great tackles off the couch. But if one team will do it, it is Kansas City. Now, DJ tore his ACL at the end of last season and was a cap casualty for the Cardinals. Kansas City needs help at tackle, and they need it in a bad way. And I swear to God, if these reports are true and DJ comes out and just stonewalls would-be pass rushers, we're about to see an explosion for the Chiefs offense. They are not that good right now. But this and Hollywood Brown pending makes me scared. We're going to be talking about how the Chiefs, through the month of December, have the highest scoring offense in the league. So without reservation, go screw yourself, Kansas City. I really blew my wad with the F-bombs on the Ravens bit, so you getting off light, Kansas City.
Now, this isn't just any hat.
Number 5, to steal us. Maybe the most underrated skill a defensive lineman can have is batting down a pass at the line of scrimmage. It's not as sexy as a sack. It doesn't get as much love as a pressure, but it typically ends a play or results in a turnover. The Steelers' Cam Hayward leads the league with 7 batted passes. That's a better batting percentage than the White Sox. Tied for the second most batted passes, Keanu Benton. Now that's a great achievement for a nasty Steelers defense. One they must have developed out of need, out of necessity. When Levi Wallace was in their secondary, the only way to slow down whoever he was covering was to bat the damn ball down before it got to his wide open receiver. Cameron Hayward is currently the highest rated interior player in the NFL on PFF, and if Russ throws for even 350 yards this week, I will eat some massive Russell Wilson crow. I will have some Russell Crowe, okay? And I'll acknowledge, via Najee Harris, that Mr. Unlimited is indeed back.
Unlimited. Check him out, too. He look good. Boy, all black. Looking like Bruce Wayne.
In the corner with the cape.
With the cape.
Number 4, the Packers. The NFC North is a complete dogfight, and the only reason the Lions can't rest on their 11-1 laurels is because they've got the Vikings, a game behind them, with the Packers coming down their throats this Thursday night. I know how that sounded. The Lions have beaten the Packers 4 out of the last 5 games. But try telling that to someone who just woke up from a coma. But a win from the Pack could legitimately upset the apple cart and threaten the Lions' 1 seed and perhaps even the fate of the division. And humanity as we know it. As usual, the Packers have a new number 1 receiver, Jayden Reed, who leads the team with almost 700 yards receiving and 6 touchdowns. Which means, of course, we're about to get a huge game out of either Christian Watson or Romeo Doubs. Psych, it's probably Dontavian Wicks. Oh shit, I should probably change my underdog pick, shouldn't I?
Now, this isn't just any hat.
Number 3, the Eagles. Josh Allen is the MVP frontrunner, edging out Saquon Barkley for the moment. I don't want Josh to win MVP because in terms of superstitions, historically speaking, the odds stack against quarterback MVPs to go on to win the Super Bowl. So, Philly, Saquon for MVP. That's my vote. I think the NFL needs a running back to win the award as well. Linebacker Zach Bond, he's been getting a ton of love this year, rightfully so, and based on this list, he joined some elite company for most tackles and forced fumbles and sacks through 12 games. He's the clear favorite, per this list, to be the Patriots' next head coach. I noted it last week, or maybe the week before, but Jesus Christ, look how dominant Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata have been this season.
Symbol of style, confidence, and my Italian-American roots. This fedora is for you.
Number 2, the Lions. The Lions now have a positive point differential of 180. 180. Buffalo is second right now at 131. Both of those numbers are great, but the 2007 Patriots, who were obviously 16-0, had a point differential of 315. So you've got some work to do, Detroit. And a massive game on Thursday, right? Detroit has the highest scoring offense in the NFL and the second best scoring defense. It's a great recipe for success, and if their defense can stay top 5 through this final stretch, the only thing stopping Detroit is, of course, the curse. Not the curse wheel, their curse. The curse of Bobby Lane.
Stuff really works. Why didn't you use it to put a hex on the Patriots?
Belichick's dark magic was just too strong.
And coming in at 1.5, Tom Grossi's P, which did save the Broncos. During the Broncos and Browns live stream that I did with Tom Grossi, he peed for the D. If you don't know what that means, God save your soul. But Tom will wait until his team is on defense, and then he will go pee. More often than not, it works out in the favor of the defense. He peed for the D, and the Broncos corner, Jaquan McMillan, got that game-sealing pick 6.
Your pee is real.
My urine is so powerful!
So I will never question Tom's pee, Tom's bladder, or Tom's urethra ever again. Number 1, Now it's the Bills. And I have avoided saying it all season, right? A certain thing about a certain way and how a team from Buffalo could see it all the way going during a time which is now. I haven't said that thing because I don't want to curse it, but it's feeling like it could be that thing that I shall not say. Based on Detroit's injuries, I think the Bills are the best team. And while Josh Allen was giving us all those god-tier stat lines in the snow as the Bills absolutely wrecked any hope 49ers and their fans had left for the rest of the season, linebacker Matt Milano made his return to the field for the Bills after suffering a biceps injury all the way back in August. Judging how any defender played on that Sunday night snowscape is impossible. What I love though is Milano came back and had to play his position at maximum difficulty. He recorded 4 tackles on ice, which will have him reintroducing his all-pro self to us on Sunday night in the warmth of SoFi Stadium. Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid should return this week, and my favorite return, Micah Hyde, has joined the Bills practice squad. Just a great addition for depth, for safety, for a guy you can trust. Let's spin the wheel. All right, so during GPS this morning, $100 was donated to me to put Tom Grossi's pee on the purse wheel. And even though Tom doesn't want me to do so, I think I owe it to that man who gave me $100. P for D, which would mean Tom's pee is cursed, right? All right, let's spin this stupid thing. And thank all of you guys who bought merch or coffee for our Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale. We set records at benchwarmershop.com, and I appreciate all of you guys. It means everything. What does this mean? What does the curse mean? Don't freaking know. Don't freaking know. Please let it be somebody I want to lose.
Now, this isn't just any hat.
What do we got? Cursey, curse. Oh, not D. It's not. Oh my God. I think I spun it the wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Who's at 8? The Harbaugh teams? Oh, you went for a double dose of cursing power. Okay. I put the Broncos at 9, right? It's not the Broncos. Yeah, it's the Harbaugh. So, what if they both lose? That's going to be stupid. Please subscribe here at That's Good Sports. The sound of the curse wheel will follow you wherever you go.